I want to show you guys a method where you can easily get to round 999 in Black Ops 6 Zombies. That is the max round for this game. In my previous video, I showed you guys a round skip method, and it's using that, but it's also combining the frozen spawns bot lobby for Citadelle. Also, if that fake TikTok account is posting this video, just know that you are about to get a C&D from my lawyer, and you're going to be responsible for damages as well. What you're doing is illegal. And I'm going to make all this litigation public. Turning your TikTok into a fan page isn't enough. You're not authorized to upload any of my videos. And as you can see here, we have made it to round 999. It is possible. This is not a clickbait video. This is not, we promise you 999 and not deliver. We have delivered. And a massive shout out to Ben Cole and his team. They went in and figured this out. And also a big shout out to Neon and his team. They're the ones that are responsible for figuring out the bot lobby. Also a huge shout out to my team, Cam, Trickz, Bearish, Soup, and Jacket. We worked really hard today to get this done. Combining the bot lobby with the round skip makes it so much easier. You're not worrying about getting wrecked by zombies. They're frozen in their spawn, so you can take it easy. So to do this, yeah, you want to do the bot lobby. That's very easy. You want to get to round 10, get one of the stamps, and you want to start building the lion sword. Also, it's important that the host of the game is the one that is building the lion sword and glitching out the lobby. Get to the point where you've got access to the lion door, have it lit up, but don't go in yet. You want to make sure you get past a bug round before you go in. So you'll get the stamp on round 10, and then you can get the sword and get the door lit up, but then about round 12 you'll get that bug round, so you can start thinking about getting into that room around round 13 or 14. You're also going to need a Casimir before you go into this room, and that's going to be 1500 salvage. Again, you want the host to go in, so after the bug round is passed, go in, place the sword in the pedestal, and then immediately shoot it with a weapon. A good tip here is to hold out your primary weapon that's a bullet weapon when you're placing the sword. That way you can immediately start shooting with that weapon. If done correctly, then you're going to glitch out the sword and the timer is going to disappear from the left side of the screen, and your character is going to be like, oh, well, I messed that up. From here, you want to shoot 15 wrong symbols. That seems to be the sweet spot to make this work. You're trying to get a nice big horde in here before you leave the room with a Casimir, and you can kill zombies to keep them thinned out while you're shooting all of the symbols. After you shot around 15, you want to start hoarding them up and letting them spawn in and slowly walking them up the stairs so you have a nice big group inside the room. Ben Cole recommends that you want at least 40 zombies in that room before you leave. Also, some things that messed this up for us was I was using Ether Shroud during this part where I was hoarding them up. Don't do that. Don't use Ether Shroud and have them like untarget you. Also, we had another player on the outside use Idolize, and that messed this up as well, so don't use that. Once you have a nice big horde in there and you've got them all crammed in that room and they're at the top of the stairs and you're about maxed out before you're going to get attacked, go ahead and throw a Casimir at the door and jump in it and get out of the room. Now the next step is really simple. Once you're out of the room, you want to just hang out for about 30 seconds. Don't kill any zombies. Don't end the round. Just wait 30 seconds. Then you want to go into the castle and look for those wooden boxes that you can shoot and get either parasites or salvage out of. You're looking for a box that when you shoot it, it will break and nothing comes out of it, and then it respawns right back and you can't shoot it anymore. It's just stuck there. If that happens, then you're done. The bot lobby is activated and you'll notice that the zombies are going to be spawning in just one spot around the map. Also for this, if you want to go to 999, you need 4 players. I know people don't like that, but unfortunately, this is the way this works. You technically only need 3, but you really need that 4th person for insurance because many times we get the timing wrong with this gum that we're glitching out, and we need that 4th person to help fix it. The only other thing you need for this is timed out gums, and the 3 players that are not host need it, but I would also recommend that the host have it as well. The timed out gum needs to be in the gum pack as one of the first 3 gums so that they have access to it every time they spawn in. So the host has got the lobby glitched out and they need to stay in the game while the other players revolve in and out using the timed out gum to advance the rounds. And the timing for this is going to be a little bit different than the previous video that I made, and this is actually much easier. So again, I'm host. I'm just gonna like stand still and do nothing. I'm actually in a situation where I can't get kicked even if I stand in place. The game thinks I'm in the lion tunnel, so it bypasses any AFK timer. I can stand still for hours and never get kicked. But the other 3 players, they will get kicked if they stand still. So what we do is we have one player as the insurance, just stand somewhere and chill out until we need them. Then the other 2 players revolve in and out, advancing the rounds really rapidly. We were advancing rounds 30 seconds at a time. So those 2 players would take turns popping the gum and leaving. And the one that was popping and leaving would pop the gum and then quickly open their menus, click leave, and then hover over the yes button to leave. They do not click the yes button until they hear the whistle of the timed out. They're going to get a white flash on the screen, and then they're going to hear a whistle. And as soon as you hear that whistle, you have to leave the game immediately while it is still whistling. The whistle can happen about 5 seconds after the white flash from the gum, but I would not use timing to leave the game. I would use listening for that whistle. It whistles like 4 times, and you have enough time to hit that leave button as soon as you hear it. If they leave before the whistle, then it's not going to work. It's not going to advance the round. And if they leave too late after the whistle, it'll still work. It'll advance the round, but now you have to sit and wait for 3 minutes for that gum to run out, even though they've left the game. Also, every time they leave the game after activating the gum, they get to keep it. So all players only need 1 of these gums to get to round 999. After that player leaves, they need to join right back into that lobby while the other player is waiting for them to join back in. That other player that's helping to advance the rounds is going to not pop their gum until they see that that player has connected on the bottom left. They'll see their name pop up, they'll see a little skull, and that they've connected. And once you see that, you need to count 2 seconds, and then they can pop the gum and repeat the process of hovering over leaving the game as they hear that whistle. So these 2 players are essentially just taking turns popping the gum, leaving the game, and coming right back and doing that over and over again. Now, there are some things that can go wrong if the person that is popping the gum pops it too soon before the other person had time to load in. Then that person is not going to load in, and that's where you need the insurance person to come in and take their place. The host of the game cannot pop the timed out gum to help because the game thinks they're in the lion tunnel still, and it will not allow them to access that gum. So this glitch is based on timing, and we've had timing go wrong. We had it go wrong in the mid 400s. One player popped too soon before the other player had loaded in enough for them to come into the game after the round was ended, and then the insurance person tried to fix it and we couldn't fix it. So all 3 of my players had left the game and came back to try to fix it, and they're all waiting to spawn in, but I can't end the round and I can't use my gum. So I had to break the spawns and reset the sword in the mid 400s. To fix it, I went into the sword room again, and it immediately kicked me out, and this stopped the bot lobby, and now I could use my timed out gum and end the round and bring those 3 players in. Ending the round allows me to go back into the lion tunnel and re-glitch out the lobby and do the bot lobby, but you have to wait for that timed out gum to run out. It's 3 minutes before I can get back in that door. So the timed out gum ran out, the door lit up, so I was able to go in, and in the mid 400s, yeah, those zombies in there were hard to kill. I couldn't kill them, so I had brought in a mutant injection to help. So same thing, you place the sword and immediately shoot it, and it was really glitchy with the graphics. I could hardly see anything, but I was able to start shooting the symbols, and I did get downed in there, which allowed me to continue to shoot symbols while I was downed. I shot as many as I could before I had to revive myself, and I didn't actually shoot 15, and I was still able to glitch out the lobby. I shot as many as I could, and then I got into the mutant injection and just stood there and let that run out, let the zombies spawn in, and as soon as I came out of the injection, I threw the Casimir and jumped out. And then same thing, I just waited 30 seconds and then went to find another box that hadn't been shot and immediately shot it. It spawned back in, and that was a glitched box, and it glitched the lobby, and we continued on. There could be situations where the zombies are not spawning in their spawns, and Ben Cole recommends going and talking to Craft. That will help force the zombies to start spawning, or you could go shoot some of the zombies through the door in the lion room because they're going to be piled up at that door. And he said sometimes that can help trigger the spawns to come in. With this method, you can do about 100 rounds an hour or more if you guys are really fast. Again, it's like 30-second rounds if you guys are on top of it, but it's hard to stay focused for 1,000 rounds. We definitely had all the mistakes you could possibly have, and we were able to pull this off in just one day. So if you're doing this, expect about a 10-hour game, but that's definitely doable for some of those glitchers out there like myself. But hopefully you guys get to try this before it's gone. Hope y'all enjoyed this, and we'll see you next video.